All right, folks, picture this. You are in a heated argument with your roommate because they ate your last slice of pizza. Again, your fists are clenched, your voice is 2 decibels from dolphin screech level, and suddenly you hear a little voice inside your head say, "Breathe, buddy. This is not worth catching a charge over." Congratulations, you might just have emotional intelligence. Or a very polite internal narrator. Either way, you are doing better than half the internet. So, what is emotional intelligence really about? Is it just crying during sad movies and pretending to care when Carol from accounting tells you about her cat's third birthday party? Nope, although Carol's cat probably deserves better friends. Emotional intelligence, or EQ as the cool scientists call it, is the secret sauce that makes people not just function well, but actually thrive in relationships, workplaces, and even awkward elevator rides. It is like regular intelligence, but instead of solving math problems, you solve human problems, like how not to lose your mind when someone chews loudly next to you. Psychologist Daniel Goleman made emotional intelligence famous in the 1990s because obviously the 1990s were all about feelings, that and questionable boy band hair. Goleman broke EQ down into 5 key components: self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, empathy, and social skills. These are not just fancy terms that make therapists feel special. These are real, practical skills that can stop you from becoming a walking emotional volcano. Let us start with self-awareness. This is the ability to recognize your own emotions like, hey, I am not just angry, I am hangry because I skipped breakfast and Carol took the last muffin. Self-awareness is like being your own emotional weather reporter. You need to know what kind of emotional forecast you are dealing with so you do not bring a hurricane to a birthday party. And yes, everyone knows that person who turns every minor inconvenience into a full-blown Category 5 storm. Do not be that person. Next up, self-regulation. This is the part where you do not punch a wall just because someone double-tapped your ex's Instagram post. It is the Jedi power of keeping your cool when everything around you is melting down like a cheap chocolate bar in the sun. People with high self-regulation do not act on every feeling they have. They pause, think, and maybe do a little internal interpretive dance of frustration before responding like a rational adult. Then there is motivation, but not the kind where you wake up at 5 a.m. and yell inspirational quotes into your mirror. We are talking about intrinsic motivation, the ability to push through difficult emotions to pursue long-term goals. It is the inner drive that keeps you going when life hands you lemons, then kicks you in the shin, then takes your lemons. People with emotional intelligence are able to stay focused, bounce back, and keep grinding, even when the universe is throwing tantrums like a toddler in a toy aisle. Let us not forget empathy. This is not just feeling bad when someone cries in a movie. It is the Jedi mind trick of sensing what others are feeling, even if they are pretending they are fine when clearly they are not. Empathy means listening more than talking and noticing when your friend says they are okay, but sounds like they just binge-watched sad dog commercials. It is emotional detective work, and if you are good at it, people will trust you, like you, and maybe even share their snacks with you. Maybe. And finally, social skills. This is where it all comes together. Can you hold a conversation without accidentally insulting someone's entire ancestry? Can you resolve conflicts without throwing your phone across the room? Can you motivate a group, make people feel heard, and not start a passive-aggressive group chat war? These are the social kung fu moves of emotional intelligence. And spoiler alert, they matter way more in real life than your ability to recite every capital city in South America. Now, if you are sitting there thinking, great, I have the emotional awareness of a houseplant, do not panic. EQ is not something you are born with or without. It is a skill, and like any skill, you can level up. No emotional gym membership required. You start by noticing your feelings instead of suppressing them like leftovers in the back of the fridge. Next time you are angry, do not just say, I am fine through gritted teeth. Actually ask yourself, what am I feeling and why? It is not weird. It is literally mental hygiene. Think of it like flossing your brain. Once you have identified your feelings, the next step is learning to regulate them. That does not mean bottling them up until you explode like a shaken soda can. It means channeling them. Try deep breathing, journaling, screaming into a pillow, or listening to Enya. Whatever helps you calm down before you make life decisions that involve tattoos, texts to your ex, or buying a snake. Another key trick is practicing empathy. Instead of assuming the person who snapped at you is a jerk, consider they might be having a rough day, or a rough life, or maybe they just sat on a Lego this morning. You never know what people are dealing with. Empathy helps you stop taking things personally, which is honestly a life hack all on its own. Imagine how much stress you could save if you realize that 90% of people's bad moods are not about you. They are about their own unwashed dishes and overdue car payments. Here is the kicker, though. Emotional intelligence is not about being nice all the time. It is not about hugging everyone and singing Kumbaya. It is about being honest, kind, and firm when needed. It is knowing when to say, I understand where you are coming from, and also when to say, that behavior is not okay, and here is why. High EQ people are not doormats. They are like bouncers for their own emotions. Calm, strong, and very good at managing who gets in and who gets kicked out. Let us talk about the benefits for a second. People with high emotional intelligence tend to be better leaders, better partners, better friends, and better at not ruining group projects. They are also more likely to get hired, promoted, and invited to social events that do not involve pity or bribes. Companies are literally spending billions trying to train people in EQ because guess what? No one wants to work with a genius who throws staplers when stressed. And if you want practical tips to boost your EQ starting today, here is your starter kit. Number 1. Pause before you react. That 1 second of thinking can prevent years of regret. Number 2. Ask questions like, how am I feeling right now? Or what might this person be going through? Yes, you are basically interviewing your own soul. Number 3. Listen without interrupting. I know, it is hard, but you might learn something useful, like the fact that your partner was not actually mad about the socks. They were mad because they feel unappreciated. Socks are never just socks, people. Number 4. Practice assertive communication. That means saying what you need without turning it into a therapy session or a WWE promo. Try, I feel overwhelmed when the workload increases suddenly. Can we discuss a solution? Instead of, this job is ruining my life and I will set my email on fire. And number 5, own your mistakes. Nothing builds emotional credibility like saying, you are right, I messed up. It is terrifying, but also magical. People respect it, and it prevents lingering awkwardness, which is the adult version of a haunted house. So what is emotional intelligence really about? It is about tuning into your feelings without letting them hijack your life. It is about understanding others without becoming their emotional sponge. It is about knowing when to speak, when to shut up, and when to walk away from the group chat. Emotional intelligence is your internal GPS, helping you navigate the messy, chaotic, beautiful human jungle without crashing into every tree. If you are still here, congratulations, you have just completed a crash course in EQ and somehow survived all the cat birthday party jokes. Remember, developing emotional intelligence is not a one-time thing, it is a lifelong process. Kind of like learning not to trust a fart after age 30. Now do us a favor. If you laughed, learned, or realized you might be an emotional volcano in disguise, smash that subscribe button like it owes you money. Drop a comment about the most emotionally unintelligent thing you have ever witnessed or done. No judgment here. We are all just trying to level up, one awkward social interaction at a time. Stay weird, stay wise, and catch us next time on XQ, quick, funny explanations, where we turn brainy into belly laughs faster than you can say, I am not mad, I am just disappointed.